Hello and welcome to the Zach 103 TV Sportsman Series, and today we are racing at Pigs Creek. This is the second playoff race of the round of 8, and both of these first two races being super speedways really leaves a lot of opportunity for a lot of drivers to really shake up some things and make it a very interesting race for our round of 8 eliminator at Memphis, which is I think a speedway, like quarter, like mile and a half or something. I don't know. Probably not that big, but I think it could be considered a speedway. It's fairly. I mean, it's kind of like a compared to like a Richmond size, so somewhat of a short track. But you'll see that next week, and that'll be our round of 8 decider eliminator, and 4 drivers will be eliminated, and 4 drivers will be headed for the championship finale in just 3 weeks. So, or 2 weeks. 3 weeks or 2 weeks. I don't know. It's complicated, but there's 3 races left in the season, including this race. So after this race, there'll be 2 races left in the season. Anyway, ironically, the highest qualifying playoff drivers are the 4 that are above the cut lines, and the 4 that are below the cut line are behind the 4 that are above the cut line in starting position. However, this being a super speedway that has 6 to 8 lanes of racing where lead changes are possible almost every corner, it could be entirely different. But then again, it could round all the way back by across the finish line. It could round back to one of these drivers. Also, another thing I want to point out: there's 6 laps. Not a lot of room for gaining points by leading laps, but I think just leading 1 lap at this point would be pretty good, unless you finish really poorly. We seen Thunder 24 fan. He led a lap last week at Orlando and didn't finish that great. And he's below the cut line, so that just goes to show that's no guarantee. But that's a help for sure, and especially if you finish decently. But funny because the guys that coming into the round of 8. There's only one driver that came in above the cut line right now, and that's Toasted Dripsy, aka Crux Wireless. Ironically starting pull here at Pigs Creek. And then the person that came in above and now is below, or came in, is Sean Ard. So I think I got that mixed up. Anyway, the one that came in, so anyways, the 3 that were above that are below is everyone but Sean Ard. It's complicated. I'm trying to make it as simple as I can, but it's also kind of ironic that in the CCS playoffs in the round 8 as well, there's only 1 veteran above the cut line right now coming into that their next race, which is Coda this Wednesday, and that's Evan H. And we'll see how he does, and maybe go for the title in the CCS, but that's besides the point. Anyways, 46 cars in this race. NH the Introvert is our part-time driver that's in this race. Like I said, back at Old Spice has the same number as Jetstream Sam, but I just decided to let it slide. They're not starting too far apart from each other, but not starting too great either. But like I said, 6 laps. Person could come from last and win the race in like 2 laps. It's like a really big track, and you have to see it to believe it. Anyway, last week's winner was Zevel. He got his first career win. I was really happy about that. Unfortunately, missed the playoffs, but in that race, if he were to win, I don't think he would have made it in because how far back he was. But still good to see. Glad he got a win, and hopefully good to see his season's not over yet.
Drivers, start your engines!
115 miles an hour is the maximum pace speed at this racetrack, considering it's so large. I also opted out of cautions for this race because it would take a millennia to get around the racetrack under yellow. So I decided to kind of ease up on the difficulty, make sure the AI don't wreck. Hopefully not at all. But there was one wreck in the test, but it was hopefully we don't have any or many in this. And it was a very minor wreck that didn't even take anyone out of the race and didn't even cause anyone to fall back. Anyway, pace car is in. We're about to go green here at Pigs Creek. You'll be seeing some very high speeds here in a bit. And it went green. They'll cross the finish line to start the race. They'll start finish line to start the race, and you can see they're already really fanning out. I'm mostly going to stay up front during this race due to the fact there's going to be so many lead changes. Probably the game might surprise me and do something different. Ironically, Zeppel, he started third for this race, won just last week, so he's hopefully getting a consistency going for him for his season standings. And Genghis Khan got 2 wins this season, was unable to make the playoff round. However, did fairly well. He almost won the CCS race for a part-time, but Austin Johns just came out on the last lap past Las Vegas. Very, very, very good finish between those two. Melinda Jones and Quadruped getting locked up as Zevel leads this lap. This will go pretty good towards his standings. He's right now, if he in his standpoint, he's going for 5th in the standings. Right, oh, and we do got a wreck involving playoff drivers. I was not expecting that. Man, it's just gonna hurt these guys big time. I've seen Melinda. This wasn't expecting that, you know. And Melinda, heavy damage. And that was on lap 1. I'll just have to go back to that. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, we're in this race under green. Zevel did lead that lap, by the way, so that's good for his season standing. Make sure I did have cautions off. If I didn't, oh crap. Yeah, I do have them off. But anyway, 14 Logan Conrad in the lead now. Mikel Guerrero, he was just talking about how his teammate was like, he's not really getting these great finishes that he was hoping for. He's really trying to rebound and get some good finishes going, and lead a lap here would be great for him right now. Jeff Jordan in kind of the same boat, and then Pox Kozart had a lot of high hopes for last week. New paint scheme didn't really get the result, and he didn't even finish the race even. But Kello Guerrero actually gonna lead this lap over Logan Conrad. Good for him in his season standing. Out of the race now is the 8 of Crazy BGD, teammate the 58. I don't know how they were all involved, but yeah, I'll have to go back to that on lap 1. I wasn't expecting any wrecks, but sure enough there was. Yeah, there was that possibility. Thunder 24 fan just talked about him. He led a lap, and that was about it. And didn't finish well. Put him in a bad spot. He might do the same thing here, but in his circumstance, he does not need to finish bad. Yeah, but this is not going to end well for Melinda Jones' playoff hopes right now, but they're still Memphis. It's not all over for her, especially considering I don't think she's out of the race yet. 18 Eli Luff and maybe Matthew Hill going for the lead. James the Fish getting a good draft off the 90. I think Eli is going to lead it to the line. Thunder 24 fan was unsuccessful. Matthew Hill leads, I think, first lap in the line. He didn't lead a lot of laps. Oh, I just seen my mouse doing a loading thing. I was a little scared the game was going to crash. Alex Tanker has called it quits in that 85. Meanwhile, 50 and Melinda Jones still alive, very far back in the pack in 44th. So right now, on their standpoint, just finished the race. Hope for the best. I don't think there was any other playoff drivers involved except them. In fact, they may even be going a lap down, but 28 of and Jessica also fell out of the draft, so they're not doing too great. Who was up front? I lost track completely. I think Matthew's still in first. It's surprising. He was able to hold the lead. Might lead a second lap here. Brock Nelson has anything to say about it, which I don't think he will. Matthew Hill leads 2 laps. Probably get most laps led. That is a 10-point bonus if you do that. It should be 20 points for him total, plus the guy who leads most laps. Truly Money has gone a lap down. So Brock Nelson is taking the lead. I'm just kind of checking back on these guys in the back. I'm not gonna. Oh, Melinda Jones about to go a lap down here. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. Oh, and Will gets in the side of Sean R. That was a big scare for Sean. This will help Melinda keep some draft going. That could have been very catastrophic for Melinda getting wrecked out. That really lessened this draft even more as Logan Conrad trying to take the lead here. Quadruped, highest ranked guy in the playoff standings. He does this again here today. I think he'll be locked into the Champ 4. Melinda Jones falls out the draft. That was a big scare for Sean Ard. I'm not going to get replays for anything here today, though. It's just too much. Anyway, Logan led that lap. Oh, Truly Money. Yeah, he's slapped down with a lot of damage. I think he was involved in that first wreck. He's got pretty heavy damage. I'm not going to go to his replay. Sean Ard, we were just talking about him. He almost his round 8 hopes just got almost got a lot further away. He's coming up front now. Let's watch the 11 and he goes a lap down. Make sure he doesn't do anything. Oh, he blocks the 12. That is bad news for the 12. Not the 12. The 12 is going to lose the draft. That is several positions they have just lost for their playoff hopes. As Tyler 19 takes the lead. Zeville's up here. So's Cox goes. Art McKello back up here as well. Oh, it's the last lap. The race is about to be over. Didn't even think. Tyler 19 looks like he's going to get his first win. He's got to run for Tufty Terror. But I think Tyler is going to get it. And Zeville gets another top 3. Race is over. Very interesting finish to that race. I was so focused on everything else, I didn't even focus on 19 leading the leader, but congratulations to them getting on their first career win. And then I think Tyler's finishing playoff driver was he didn't want a quadruped again, so he will extend his playoffs lead. Well, no, it was 124 fan, wasn't it? No, he finished 12th. Well, anyway, we'll see you next week at Memphis. I'll get points updated this Tuesday. Peace.